Mr. Salvatore Calabrese on stage.
Thank you for everything.
So I had Peter said about that you must protect them and protect them from being embarrassed in our bar. And I would like you had a very good story about a team, the team of England. I think you said about the World Cup, and you had a very good story at Salvatore at 50s, and I think it was one of the best ways I have ever heard somebody handle a situation. I would like you.
It's a drunk fly, by the way. So, I think first of all, I think what Peter said is hit to the point. I think we are in the world of hospitality. So if we are in the world of hospitality, we are in the world of caring. Okay? We must know how to care. And when it is easy sometimes when you work in a very busy bar to not to notice, right? You just want to make a drink. Bartender today's focus on making drinks and making sure that everyone has a good time. Remember the words, having a good time, right? Having a good time, that means you should never, if you're a professional what you do, you should read the person that you have in front of you. Just looking around here, I can scan the room. I can see the attention of the people. In the same way that if I have a very busy bar, I should notice everything that is happening in my bar. We have a duty. We have a duty of caring. And I've been a bar owner for many, many years. I own many bars. And but what I love about what I do is to making sure that everybody feels comfortable in my home. And one drunk person can create a very embarrassing or very distraught situation. And you should stop that before it reaches to that level. And you should have the guts, all right, or the courage to calm them down, just what Peter said, talk to them in a very quiet way, making sure that they're going home safely. I think today what we do as a bartender, and I notice, we work, and we provide. We provide. And really, what makes a great bartender? What makes us more better than any other people in an industry? Imagine this is your home. When people come into your house, you should know how to care for them. You want to give them a good time, but you want to give them a good time for them to remember. If they don't remember that I had a good time, they will never come back to you. So you lose a future opportunity to have a regular customer. I think what is important is to not just to put your head down. I say to my guys at work in a very busy bar, I want you, while you make the drink, don't just focus on the drink. Raise your head and look the room. And there might be someone there that he should not be there. You should be trying to take him away. But take him away is not like physically you pick him up and you chuck him away. And you said, no, you should care for him. And that's some of the many stories that I had in the bar, how to diffuse a situation. What Babis was trying to tell you is a story that I told him last night. In 2006,
it's a very good story.
In 2006, England, the rugby team, England won the World Cup. My bar was the place of London. It was Salvatore 50. And the team decided to come and celebrate the evening, the championship, to my bar. They all walked in. They all had already a few drinks. And so I welcomed them. I made sure that they had an area where they could enjoy themselves. And then at one point, I see my bar manager running from the bar, telling me, he says, Salvatore, we need to call the security. Maestro, we need to call the security. I said, what do you mean call the security? Why we need to call security in my bar? He said, well, they start to having a fight. I said, who's having a fight? The English people. Now imagine the rugby English team. The smallest guy, it was 6'4", 2 meters tall, right? So I said, no, don't call security. I will deal with that. What do you mean, maestro? How can you deal with that? I said, don't worry. Big guys don't see how big you are, especially when they have far too much to drink. So I went over there and I went straight to Lawrence Delayo, who was the captain of the English team. And I said to him, I said, Lawrence, what's happening in my home? What happened? Why are you arguing here? And he says, Salvatore, it's not me, it's Nick and Ben. Now, Ben, it was 6'5", 2'5", and Nick was 6'7", 2'10", right? So I looked at Ben and I said, Ben, what are you doing? Why are you arguing? And Ben looked at me down and said, no, Salvatore, I'm sorry, but it's not me, it's Nick. So I looked at Nick and I was reaching him here, right? And I was saying, Nick, trying to give him make him sure that he could see me. But he was focused on Ben and he could not see me. I was reaching him here. So I was slapping him gently. I said, Nick, can you please see me? Please see me. And he wouldn't. So I got quite annoyed. And you need to diffuse the situation. So I had a little bar stool. I took the bar stool in front of him and I stood up and I went right on his face. And he went like that. He said, now you saw me. Now you can see me. I said, what are you doing? You are in my home. Remember the big words. You are in my home, right? And if you're in my home and you're having a good time, please be respectful. So give me a cuddle. So I'll give him a cuddle. He gave me a cuddle. I said, calm down and let's finish our drink, finish your drink and walk away. So they all left, all happy, no problem. My guys at the bar, they thought, I was going to be used as a flag to hit everyone, And the same story happened to another bar. They went to another bar and the security was called and the next thing, the bar was broken to pieces. So what me and Peter were trying to tell you, that sometimes you need to take ownership. You need to know how to care, how to respond to people, how to make sure that if you tell them no, they understand that this is your home. And what I like to say to young bartenders, I have a team. And the first thing that I do to my team, I say, look around you. If somebody has far too much to drink, don't be scared to stop him. Don't be scared to give him a cuddle. Don't be scared to send him away and for him to remember that he had a good night. Because if he leaves your environment and you carry on to give him a drink because you don't want the confrontation, that is the words, the confrontation. Only because he starts to say, who are you? I mean, there is another story I can tell you. I had a party of 5 people who came to my bar, and the 2 of them, they were completely wasted. They walked into the bar, they sit down, but 3, they were okay. And one of the hosts, he was all right. He didn't want to make sure that his friends were happy and they wanted to carry on drinking. So they ordered me a nice bottle of Cristal, 300 euro, 500 euro, whatever it is. So a good sales, but my bartender called me and he said, Salvatore, maestro, I think a couple of them, they cannot have any more to drink. So the words, my bartender took responsibility to let me know. I said, yes, we could do a great sales, but I don't think we should serve him. So I went to the table and I looked, and obviously I decided not to serve them. So I spoke very quietly to the host and I said, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can serve you any drink today. Please come back another day. So he turns around, he said, where are you from? What nationality are you? I said, what's got to do with this? It's my bar, so what nationality is it? He said, and I said, I'm Italian. And he said, well, don't you know who I am? In a kind of a way, he said, you are a foreigner. I'm English. I have money. I got money to spend. So why are you stopping me? So I turned around and I said to him, I said, if you are the person that I think you are, and you say that you are a gentleman, act as a gentleman. Look your friend, and then on the end of the day, it's my bar, it's my home, and I will decide. It doesn't matter if he's the President of the United States, if there's a Majesty, it doesn't really matter who is in front of you. It is at the end of the day, we're all human. So you make the decision to say, I'm not going to serve you any more alcohol. I want you to leave my environment, because the only thing you could do is disrupt my environment. So I think what you were saying, you know, it's about ownership. It's about caring. It's about love what you do.
We must be present. We must take the ownership of the safe environment in our bar.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, you know, I done a campaign years ago with Michael Schumacher. Please go and have a look on YouTube. It's drinking and driving, right? So Michael Schumacher driving, the best driver in the world, with me, one of the best bartenders in the world, in the car trying to make a cocktail while he was driving. So the recipe was a disaster. That means don't drink and drive. So, you know, the message was very, very clear that you could do that, right? But don't mix them both. It's like what you were saying. You know, and what Peter said, that is not the first time that I confiscate the key of a person because I know he's going to drive. It's like what you care for that person, making sure that he goes home safely, but also be aware that if he will drive and he has an accident, you are responsible. We are responsible because we brought him to a position that he should not be driving. You know, and that is a very, very, very important.
Thank you very much, Salvatore. I would like to invite.
Thank you.
The second one. Thank you. Thank you.